here for Team 159.
Somehow, Team 159 met the 6-week deadline, and on April 1st were in battle at the Colorado Regional Competition.
20 seconds left. Looks like AlpineRobotics playing some good defense there.
The competitions are deliberately designed to have the feel of a sports match, complete with play-by-play announcers and cheering fans, many who don outrageous costumes. Dean Kamen said the whole point was to make science appealing to young people.
What the Olympic Committee does for sports, we should do for math and science. We should make it accessible and fun and rewarding, and particularly we should show women and minorities that if they're willing to put some time and some effort and some passion into learning and developing the muscle hanging between their ears, they'll have fantastic career opportunities. And how do you do that? In a culture that's obsessed with sports and entertainment, you create an event which is stealing from the playbook of sports and entertainment. And I said, let's create sporting events in which the content is technology as opposed to pure muscle.
The games also require a lot of teamwork. Each match has 3 robot teams competing against 3 other teams. The teams need to play both offense and defense. And this is a contact sport where frequently robots get tipped over or damaged. Team 159's robot was mostly working well, but they were having problems with the mounted sensor that reads the green light above the goal, so they hadn't been able to score many 3-point goals.
We're definitely frustrated, just because it was working perfectly at home, and then the calibration of the light here is different. So even yesterday it wasn't working quite right. So we're definitely frustrated, but we're also really happy because whenever anybody walks by, they always stop and look at our robot, and we're definitely one of the best built machines here. We won a design award yesterday.
Next to the competition field is a large area where each team has a pit. It's where they fix and tweak their robots between matches. A quick look through the pit area shows a wide variety of machines and an equally wide choice of strategies to win.
Heavy robot on the bottom, real light on top, so it goes up really easy. We found a sweet spot where we shoot it down on the ramp, and it shoots straight up into the goal.
And this right here is so that either we can fire just one at a time, or we can just open it up and let all the balls go through, unleash all of them.
At the end of several qualifying matches, the top 8 teams each pick 2 teams to join them in an alliance for the finals. It means that all throughout the competition, teams are schmoozing with others so that they'll get picked.
How have you guys been watching us? You know?
Yeah, we actually played a few matches with you and against you. Our last match was against you.
Yeah.
So you see our robots starting to work finally?
Team 159 was eager to tell other teams about their robot, hoping they'd get picked to be on an alliance, since they knew they wouldn't be one of the top 8 teams.
Yeah, we're on the corner, so if you want to talk to
Right now, we're about to bring on team captains from the top 8 seeded teams.
When it came time for the top 8 to pick their alliance partners, team captain Nick Hobbs waited.
Team 1730.
And waited.
Team 935.
And waited.
Team 660.
At last, he heard the magic words.
159.
159.
Nick went to join the team.
Entering the floor.
Team 159 happily accepts.
Welcome.
Thanks, guys.
An hour later, Team 159 was ready to begin the semifinals.
From Fort Collins, Colorado, AlpineRobotics.
Their robot was moving and firing, but missing most of the goals. And then suddenly the robot stopped moving because of that broken 5-cent part. Team 159 was obviously disappointed, but not for long.
The 2006 Colorado Regional Chairman's Award winner is Team 159, AlpineRobotics.
In the end, their team won the most coveted award of all, the Chairman's Award, given to the team that's done the most to encourage other students to pursue science and technology. Team 159 had done that by helping other schools start robotics programs of their own.
159, go Alpine! 159, go Alpine!
It meant they could go to the national competition a month later in Atlanta.
Welcome to the Georgia Dome.
The Nationals bring 340 teams from all over the world together for 2 raucous, strenuous days of head-to-head competition. Each team has its own unique story to tell. For example, Team 812 came from the Preuss School in San Diego. It's a charter school made up of inner-city minority students whose parents never attended college. The team won the Chairman's Award from the Southern California region for helping tutor kids who otherwise might never get one-on-one attention in math and science. Rob Maneri is the team's coach.
But these kids every year do somewhere around 1,500 to 2,000 hours of community outreach, whether it's tutoring at the Boys and Girls Clubs, or at our own school, or working with, last year we had some students work at something called Becky's House, which is a home for battered women and their children, and this working on getting technology understood by other people.
1, 2, 3!
He says FIRST has literally changed the lives of his kids. Kids like Vu Hong, who has a scholarship to MIT next year.
It showed me that I could have a lot of potential in college, and I would have never aimed as high as MIT before. But now, FIRST has shown me anything can happen.
Angelina Saldivar got a scholarship to Amherst College.
I really didn't think that I could do anything like this, engineering. I'm a Hispanic female, and doing engineering or even going to college was something that was completely out of the question for me.
Team 812 had very little money. Instead of staying in a hotel in Atlanta, as most teams did, they crashed on the floor of a friend of their coach.
Last night we went to the grocery store and we all bought food and we made frozen pizzas and had salad in a bag.
But that didn't dampen their fun or their success. 812 finished an impressive 18th out of 88 teams in their division, and Maneri was named the top mentor in the country.
Good job, guys, good job! 2, 1, go!
Team 159 also had quite a bit of success. Their robot performed well, and again they made the semifinals, until another, different part failed in the heat of battle.
One of our drive belts is dead. Get everything ready to change it out. Go, go, go.
Team 159 was hoping their partners would call a timeout so they could make repairs. Ultimately, 159's two partners decided to get a replacement team.
Very sorry. We wanted you guys on the field, but we had to go with the backup.
159 was out.
Well, guys, thanks for the frantic effort.
But Hobbs said he finished the season very proud of what they'd all accomplished.
That's one of the reasons that robotics is different than sports. Like, at the end of a soccer game, if you lose, you never feel good. Like, it's never like, wow, I learned something useful today. Like, it's always like, man, we lost. But like at the end of the season, like you think about it and you look at the robot and you realize that we spent over like 40 hours a week, each of us, working on it. And so the amount of time we spent competing, like opposed to the amount of time we spent building is minuscule. Like, and it's like a drop in the bucket.
There's one other way that FIRST is different from sports, and it was on display in the final game of the 2006 competition.
This 296 machine, its shooter was inoperable because they had lost a master link on a chain on the 296 machine. No one on this alliance had a master link to get that shooter working again. It was this alliance that had the master link, gave it to them to get this working right here.
Here comes autonomy.
The final match proceeded, and the team that received the help ended up beating the team that assisted them. It was the perfect example of what Dean Kamen wants the competition to be. At FIRST, it's not about who wins, it's about how you play the game.
You could say, in fact, that everybody wins. After all, they all walk away with something they didn't know and didn't know they could do before. And that's World Report for now. With more corners of your world to come, I'm Greg Dobbs.